Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, aka the Big D of Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, back again with another review in my spooktacular October. And this time I present a review of the only installment of Halloween I have not watched entirely, and that would be Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 from 2009. Now, although I have seen clips from it, including just more recently rewatching Dead Meat's Kill Count, which I know spoiled things for me, and I humbly apologize and I hope y'all will forgive me for checking something like that out without even watching the actual flick. I'm gonna have to tell you the truth. I've had on-again, off-again thoughts about this movie, because it took a different premise in the story and not kind of follow like the original one from 1981. Also, what was puzzling me was they brought Sheri Moon Zombie, Rob's wife, back in, considering her character was gone. That was another thing that kind of had me a little, I don't know. Anyway, Tyler Mane returns as Michael Myers. Scout Taylor Compton returns as Laurie. Plus, Brad Dourif and Danielle Harris are back as Sheriff Brackett and Annie. Now, Malcolm McDowell returns as Dr. Loomis as well. Now, after the events of the first movie, Laurie's rushed to the hospital, and then Michael Myers is being taken away, but soon recovers after a crash and kills the two coroners in the beginning. Well, after recovering a bit after so many, attempts to get her back on her feet, Laurie visits Annie, who is recovering from being attacked by Michael in the last movie. And, soon she manages to get to stay with her and her dad, Sheriff Brackett. Now, back to Michael, we see another flashback. Although the young Michael's being played by a different kid, since the original one kind of grown up a little fast. Yeah. We actually get to see a vision of him and his mom sees this white horse she brings to him, and soon the grown-up Michael has a vision of his mom as a woman white along with this actual white horse, which that's kind of strange, but that's the way they went with it. Meanwhile, Dr. Loomis, after also having to survive the events of the previous movie, is out promoting a book. Now after the hospital attack, we go ahead to 1 year later after the events of the first movie, and that's when it comes into play. This is hard to explain, but anyway, Laurie's dealing with her trauma through therapy with therapist played by the late Margot Kidder. Yeah. Who, of course, wasn't just new to horror. Well, not really new to horror, because may I remind you, I reviewed a movie with her already, the original Amityville Horror, and also in the original Black Christmas, which I'll be reviewing that this December. I decided to review that, so you'll be happy to know I'll do that. But anyway, Michael is still out there and now a drifter, or should I say a mountain man. Been having various visions about his mother's ghost and the younger version of himself now, who instruct him that it's time to bring Laurie home. So Michael kills the owners at this farm he's at, and meanwhile he continues his trek to Haddonfield. And Laurie begins having hallucinations that mirror Michael's, which involves the ghosts Michael's been seeing. But anyway, they begin to include her acting out Michael's murders. Loomis goes out on tour to promote his book, but unfortunately it's been criticized by the public, who blame him for Michael's actions and for exploiting the deaths of Michael's victims. Meanwhile, to make matters worse, Laurie discovers that she's really Angel Myers, the sister of Michael's. And later goes out to a Halloween party with her friends Maya and Harley. But, however, meanwhile, when Michael appears and kills Harley, he soon goes to the Brackett house and kills the deputy that's guarding the house, and then really gives a savage killing to Annie, which when Sheriff Brackett came to see, he was shocked. This was a very sad moment from what I've heard and what I've seen in the clips. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say that this was really shocking. Then, when Laurie comes to say Maya eventually gets killed after trying to get hold of the police, and Laurie's in shock. Sheriff Brackett finds his daughter dead. Laurie flags down a car, but Michael kills the driver and flips the car over with tremendous strength. And then takes Laurie to an abandoned shed. Now I'm going to give you the ending to this. You got 5 seconds to stop. So I'll go ahead and give it to you, even though I have yet to see the movie completely, but I've seen clips of it. So here's your 5 seconds to stop. Here we go. Okay. Now, from what I've seen in the ending to this, the police discovered Michael's location, and Loomis finds out about this and arrives. But apparently, Sheriff Brackett really knocks him out. He's really not too happy with what he wrote in his book and what have you. He was really tore up, actually pre-PO'd. Anyway, Loomis wants to make amends and try a reason with Michael. He finds Laurie, who is hallucinating a younger Michael, holding her down along with the ghost of their mother. And tries to tell her no one's restraining her, but just then Deborah instructs the older Michael that it is time to go home. But anyway, now comes the most brutal, gruesome kill I've seen in various kills for the Halloween series. Michael eventually kills Loomis for good, stabbing him big times. Slashing him and then stabbing him until part of his brain's revealed. Well, that's just what I saw in the theatrical version. I think it's a little more gruesome in the unrated version. Because I know there were 2 versions, like the last one, but like I said, maybe someday I will try and watch this in either version. So, since I'm reviewing to you and I have not seen it completely, again, I want to apologize. But I want to do this review for y'all, okay? I know I may not have seen it, but I want to be a little nice to you horror fanatics. Especially if you're a fan of this movie. I know Colton from Heartbreaker had some respect for this movie, so this review's for you and many others. Anyway, soon Michael is shot to death by Sheriff Brackett, and soon Michael loses his balance and falls into the spikes of some farming equipment, and he's finally finished. Laurie walks over and tells Michael that she loves him and takes his mask and walks out. Well, after she stabs him so many times and says, "Die, die, die," just like what Tommy Jarvis did in Friday the 13th, the final chapter. And I'm sure it happened in a few other movies, but I've been wrong before. But anyway, later on, Laurie walks out of the shed with Michael's mask, and soon later in the end, she sits in isolation in a psychiatric ward, grinning at a vision of Deborah, kind of giving us a little smirking grin like Norman Bates did in the end of Psycho, almost. And that's how the story goes. Well, Halloween 2 did okay, but not as good as its predecessor, and like its predecessor, it really got dissed by critics. Now again, if I encounter this sometime, I will certainly give it a real chance and watch all of it. Higher version, okay? Now, tell me what you thought about Halloween 2 from Rob Zombie in the comments section, please. Like and subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much for watching. Join me again next time. I believe maybe tomorrow I'll review the last year's Halloween 2018. So, you can also check me out on the Horror Enthusiast 101 group on Facebook, and also on the Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews group page on Facebook. You can also find me on Letterboxd. And again, thank you for watching. Until next time, on the Big D saying, see ya.